Gentlemen, the biggest internet radio station on the planet.
Even the other radio stations are tuning in.
Your choice, your music. YouChoiceRadio.com.
All right. Welcome to the latest and greatest podcast, radio show, the Whatever Podcast. We got comedy legend, special guest, Aries Spear. Man, we all know from Mad TV, Malcolm X, but thanks for joining us. Okay, go ahead and get this. Thanks for joining us. We got just the basic questions like, I wanted to know personally, how do it feel to carry Mad TV in our eyes? You was second longest person on the show. Like, just tell me a little bit about the glory days carrying a network television show on your back.
Well, thank you for the compliment, but I definitely didn't carry any show. We had a great ensemble cast, and not just being on the show. I'm not just saying that. Obviously comedy is what I do, but I'm a fan of comedy. So to be on the show is one thing, but I was a fan of the people that were on the show. Will Sasso was a beast. Yes, Deborah Wilson was beast. Michael McDonald, Nicole Sullivan, Mo Collins, Alex. I think that whole roster that we had carried the show. So
at a point there, y'all was better than Saturday Night Live. At a point there.
Yeah, I think maybe with the public, with a certain demographic, but they still was the bully on the block. You know what I mean? They still was the NBA, while we was kind of like the NBA, we just never really got that same respect and recognition from the industry, more so than we did from the fans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I could see that, but like, it's like that's who matter the most, though. Really, like, so how did it feel? Like, you started off in New York. You did all the best comedy shows like Def Comedy Jam, Comic View. Like, what are some of your favorite moments at the beginning, like where you just knew you had it?
It's always come up. You know what I mean? Bill Bellamy is my man. We go back to Jersey, which is, how we both came up through doing the Peppermint Lounge and Club 88 in East Orange, New Jersey, and Terminal D in Newark. And there was a lot of people that came up in that in that area. Cool Bubba Ice, Derek Fox, Hamburger, Bill Me.
Hamburger.
Yeah. But it seemed like me and Bill was the two that really, from that Jersey area, to really graduate, if you will. Not trying to, throw shade on the other comedians, but, it's hard to advance in this business. It's hard to make any kind of mark in this business. So the fact that, again, I came in with Bill. I came up with Bill, us both knowing Bob Sumner, who was really the brainchild behind Mad TV. And then both of us having gone on to work in film, television, tour all over the country. Those are probably some of my, my most fondest memories. Doing Def Jam and being that young and having done it. The only comedian at that age to ever having done it. Then following it up the next year with Showtime at the Apollo. It's all that shit you grow up watching and you grow up wanting to do, and you read about other people and their journey and what they, their humble beginnings. So to be able to look back on it now and feel like I'm at least somewhat of a staple in the comedy game, it's cool, man. It's cool.
So with that being said, with like all of the iconic shows and everywhere that you've done, tell us about that first show. Like, did you bomb? Were you great?
Def Comedy Jam wise, shit is documented. When I
Def Comedy Jam. I'm talking about that very first show. the very
Like my
first show
first
in the
show
middle
ever.
of the, yeah.
You know, it really wasn't a show. I mean, I went up to the Uptown Comedy Cafe in Harlem, and I did, you know, 3 to 5 minutes, and it was just me doing impressions. So I really, you know, I was so green, I didn't know how to formulate a joke yet, you know, the actual material. But had it been a complete failure, maybe it would have, you know, maybe it would have discouraged me, or maybe I wouldn't have found the will to go on. But it was fortunately a success, and I found a lot of success early, which kind of helped shape me along the way. But I've also had some mishaps and some mistakes too, which also shapes you.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
So you do a little bit of everything. You write, you do the cartoon voices. You've been in like legendary movies like Jerry Maguire and Malcolm X. What is your actual favorite thing to do?
I mean, really, the only movie I've been in that's really noteworthy was Jerry Maguire. All the other movies you could use as weed plates, break your weed up on. But to answer, give me the question again. What was the question, man? I'm sorry.
It's all good. What's your favorite outlet in the acting industry? Like writing, the serious movies, like
You know, it changes. You know, listen, man, when you first start out in this game, especially when you're young, you know, it comes with a certain amount of naivete. And what you visualize for yourself, what you think is going to happen, when it don't pan out that way, not to say that, you know, it still can't happen, because no matter how many times you feel you thrown off course, you got to get back up and get a course. But as you get older and as you continue to see much more of the bullshit that comes with this, your desires change. I like it all, but at this point, man, I just want to do whatever's less stressful, and whatever, you know, just give me the fucking check. I don't even know, you know, once upon a time ago, I cared about wanting to be highly famous and rich and all that shit. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely, you never lose rich.
Exactly.
And fame come with it. But I don't know, I almost look at it like, you know, when you're young and you get some money, first thing you do when you're black is you buy the whip. And you put the rims on it. You got to make sure they hear you coming down the block.
Yep.
You know, now I still want the nice whip, but I don't need you to hear me coming down the block. You know, I'm still going to put some shoes on it and make sure the rims is right. But just, I you know, as long as the shit got a little bass and it's comfortable for me, I don't give a fuck if everybody else can hear me. So sometimes your priorities change as you get older.
So I got a double question. When did it start feeling like work? And is tour life like how we think it is, like you about to be a rapper on tour, or it's really like, man, I'm in this hotel, can't wait to get home. Last fucking joint I performed at was nothing but like Trumpsters or something. Like, man, is it a little balance, or is it like what we think is gonna be?
It's a balance. It's a balance, because only time it's work is when it's not fun. If it ain't fun, then it's work. But when it's fun, it ain't work. You know, if I got to do a show in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, that's a job. If I'm in Miami, that's vacation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It depends on where you at and when you at it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's a bet.
All right. Now, I got a question. So, like we've been saying, you've been in the game for 20 plus years, 30 years.
Legend.
At this point, what would you say keeps you relevant? What keeps your fire going and wanting to be a part of comedy? Like, because I mean, you've been through the highs where you was in the 2000s, you was the man, and then you like cooled down and you came back up. Like, so you rode the roller coaster of the fame road. So it's like, what keeps you going? Like what is it? Is the love of the comedy or the?
I mean, at the end of the day, I love what I do. I really do. And I have such a love-hate relationship with this game because when it loves you back, ain't nothing like it. But when it don't love you back, it hurts. But at the end of the day, it's like I really love what I do. But at the same time, I think what keeps you relevant is your body of work. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna be a dog and pony show just for a check. You know what I mean? If it's once upon a time ago, the producers from Celebrity Fit Club called my managers and was like, "Yo, we want him to be on," and that's $120,000 check. But I'm not about to take 120 grand to be the butt of somebody else's joke.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be the butt of a joke, I'm gonna make sure I write the joke. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be on Celebrity Fit Club with Screech and motherfucking Paris Hilton, whoever that the blogger, the used to be fat, the gay blogger, and Tempest Bledsoe from the Cosby Show, so y'all can make jokes at my journey to weight loss.
That's
you know what I mean? Fuck that check, because I know in the big picture, it's gonna be some other shit. So I just try to dictate the rules, and I think as long as you do great work, that sustains itself. You know what I mean? So people like to use the term "fell off" because they haven't seen you in anything in a while, or because you might not be in all the high-profile movies. Somehow you've fallen off. But I always say that's a relative term. Falling off to what?
Right.
What have you fallen off to? I mean, those same people that'll use and they say that with malicious intent. Oh man, you fell off. Well, compared to your life, no, I haven't. Because I'm still in the 50% tax. I'm still in the 50% tax bracket. You know what I mean? I travel the world doing stand-up. I have a passport that needs to be updated. So fell off to what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Mr. Spears, I'm out and about with the family right now, man. So I'm a phantom right now. You can't see my face. Like I asked you, man, when you was in Mad TV, man, what was your favorite impression doing, or which one was the one you was looking most forward to doing?
And did you get tired?
I never really. I never really had a favorite, man. Again, working with an ensemble cast is like being on a team. You get to play off your teammates, and they can make you better, and vice versa. So anytime I did a skit with Will or Deborah or Mo, that was always fun for me because I never knew what they was going to do. One of the cool things about the group that I was in was everybody was fearless comedically. Everybody was never scared to go, we know what we got on paper in terms of what we're supposed to say and do, which was funny already because we had great writers. But not knowing what your teammate is going to do to help up the ante and make you funnier or give you the opportunity to make the situation funnier was always fun for me.
I wanted to ask how you feel coming up traditionally compared to these young comics. Like it's too easy for us, like just the internet, social media. Like how the hell did I get an interview with Aries Spears? It's like you had to work compared to like how we just sending out messages or just put something on the internet and we might blow. How do you feel about the game changing, and how are you transitioning with the social media?
Well, the social media allows you to get into the club. Whether or not you stay in the club is a different story. Anybody can come up with minutes of funny, but 2 minutes doesn't make a whole career. So in order to sustain yourself, that's what I mean when I say substance. If you don't comedically have substance, just because you get in the club, you in. But can you stay in is the point. And when you go, well, how did I get an interview with Aries Spears? Because anybody that really, truly knows me or takes the chance to get to know me outside of perception or what you've been told or what you've heard knows that I'm not a Hollywood guy. I'm a real motherfucker. So
Hey.
I'm looking at it like, let me give somebody a chance to come up, a chance to shine through me. And if that helps you, so be it. And that's a good thing, because I know if I'm on the other end of that and I'm reaching out to a Will Smith or to a whoever is a big time motherfucker, wouldn't that be great if they gave me that shot? Most likely they won't, right? Most likely they won't, but fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I think it's some cool shit when you can do something for somebody unexpectedly and they trying to come up. I just think that's some fly shit.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I respect it.
It is a blessing, like real shit. Like you blessed us. Like I was so geeked. It's like it's a moment. It's a moment for us. It's like that's why it's like I'm acting like it's an interview, but I'm asking for game, because it's like I'm trying to get. I feel like this is our Def Comedy Jam moment. So it's like, man, we really looking out. We all got our dreams, and you a big role model to us. You look just like my big brother, honestly. You look like you. Like it's hilarious. But like he said, we seen you at the Cincinnati Auditorium performing for college kids our freshman year. You killed it. Is that a thing? You still? I know you was just in Tampa, performed at the Improv. So you still on the road and eating, huh? So I just want to hear a little.
Yeah, I am, but I don't fuck with colleges no more. The level of moisture and sensitivity that exists with today's generation, particularly college kids, I can't stand it. They haven't lived life. My jokes to me are more suited for people who hate their kids, want to kill their spouse, hate their job, smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, smoke weed, whatever you can do to get through the motherfucking day. Because this shit is such a fucking ass rape called life. So I need people with battle scars. So when I joke about what I joke about, people with battle scars can relate, because they go, you too? But college kids are so wet behind the ears, I don't have time to be trying to raise motherfuckers. Either you know or you don't.
Facts. We 80s baby, so we kind of different. They ain't really no more.
Like to tell you how, like, again, like when you talk about you doing the interview with me, like this how crazy this fucking business is. This how crazy life is. I'm leaving an audition one time in Studio City. I'm parked at a stoplight, and this SUV pulls up next to me. Now, I can't see who's driving because the windows is tinted, but they're not so dark that I can't see that the driver is motioning for me to put my window down. So I put my window down, and it's Mark Wahlberg.
Hell no.
And he goes, yo, you a funny motherfucker, yo. You a funny motherfucker. Now, I'm trying to keep my composure, because this is one of the top tier white boys in the game.
Period.
And I know, and I know he produced shows and shit. Like he produced Entourage on HBO. Yeah. So while I'm thankful for the compliment and I'm letting him know my nigga respect, I'm also thinking, all right, if you a fan, nigga, pull over. Let's trade numbers. Produce some shit for me. So he was like, yo, take my man's number down, which I already know is the first sign of bullshit. Because whenever niggas approach me in the streets, be like, yo, I got some shit, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but when you've done this long enough, you can smell the bullshit. So you have to strategically move. So I'll say, yo, here's my man's number, holler at him, which really is short for, I ain't fucking with you. But I thought, whatever. So I took his man's number down, and I got a rule. I'm going to call you 3 times. I'm going to text you 3 times. After that, I'm done chasing you. Because I'm not going to be that guy. But my whole thing was, if you showing me you a fan, and you stop me, nigga, the one like I saw you, chased you for 3 lights, and said, yo, nigga, you saw me through the tents.
Shot me down.
So if we trade numbers and that's what it is, now why am I chasing you, man? Come on, man. Why am I chasing you? So that's how weird this fucking business is. So I'll also say that to say this. I apologize because I know when you originally called me, I said we was gonna do this, and this, win and win. But you know, sometimes shit come up, and I got to deal with a lot of shit. So I didn't want you to think I was trying to blow you off, but shit came up. Nonetheless, I'm still a dude of my word. So here we are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because again, being on the other end of that, I know what it's like when I want to go. Like if I saw Mark Wahlberg again, I'd want to go, nigga, what did you tell me to roll my shit down for?
Right.
You see me. You remember that day in the SUV?
Come on, man. Are we gonna do something or what?
I thought it was me.
So, you know, that's just how. Yeah. So this is just how weird this shit is, man.
So I appreciate.
All right, now
I thought it was me because
one
I
quick
feel
question
like,
on the stand-up.
I feel like a young dude pulling a girl that was out his league and he fumbled the bag, texting too much, not to compare you to but you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, it's my fault. I sent like in 3 links. So it's all love. I had a
listen. I understand. Listen, man. What's my man name? Big time black producer. He produced the movie with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. The fuck was that movie with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube?
Right Along.
Damn.
Right Along.
Right Along.
Mm-hmm.
Right Along. I can't remember the nigga's name now, but he's one of the biggest black movie producers in the game. He produced he produced Girl Trip with Tiffany Haddish and Queen Latifah. Will Packer.
Mm-hmm.
I got this nigga's number in my phone. I remember when I first texted him, yo, Will, I'm a fan. Now, I'm not knowing he gonna know who I am. This is me just going out on a limb.
Yes,
but
sir.
he hit me back, nigga, I'm a fan. Yo, blah, 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 blah. So we trade a couple texts. Again, 3 text rule. Once, 2, 3 times. Now I'm chasing you. So I stopped texting him. Like, there's so many dudes in this game that are like this. And I know famous comedians that play golf with these niggas, eat brunch with these niggas, but don't be in shit. And I'm just going, I don't understand how you niggas are standing in front of
right next to
opportunities. And there's no capitalizing on this. That shit don't make sense to me.
Facts.
I mean, yeah, we can play golf, but I don't just want to be playing golf with you just to be playing golf with you, nigga. You a producer.
Yeah.
You making films. I do films.
Yeah. Like, give me a supporting role, something.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Facts. I feel that. I know you podcasting right now. Can you tell us about your podcast and what you got coming forward in the future? Anything you producing? Like, are you open to like YouTube? You got a YouTube page and do your own skit still? For sure.
Yeah, I do when I can. I do when I can. But right now, the podcast is really my biggest focus because I'm trying to get the numbers up. Because once you get to a certain level in terms of your numbers, that's when the other numbers start to rise. Yes, so I'm trying to work on that. The podcast is called Spears and Steinberg. It's available on all all streaming platforms. And I always tell people just Instagram me, hit me in my DM, and I'll send you the link. It's available Spotify, Apple, Google Play, all that shit, Amazon. So that's what's really locking up my time right now.
Yes, sir. So this is our ending question. We always ask LaRue, go ahead with your top 5. He phrased it.
Oh, so I'm gonna go with 2 top 5s, double partner. Who's your top 5 comedians of all time, and who's your top 5 comedians right now?
I don't have a right now. I can give you all time.
Okay, I'll take that.
Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Patrice O'Neal, God rest his soul, Dave Chappelle, and probably Bill Burr.
Nasty. I like that.
All right, now wait a minute, one more, all right, now give me a comedian that I probably haven't heard of, but I should know.
Have you heard of Patrice O'Neal?
Oh yeah, of course I heard of them, but I'm talking about like an obscure comedian like back in the day that you would probably be like, that was my guy. Like, just give me somebody like I need to go back in YouTube.
Like you little niggas don't know nothing about back in my day. One of those.
Yeah, I don't know that I have any because I think
Nothing
everybody
off top.
because I think everybody that's supposed to have been seen is being seen.
Ooh.
So I don't know nobody that's in the cut that don't nobody know about.
Mm.
Ooh. Appreciate it.
Alright.
Well, we appreciate
Yeah.
your time. We really appreciate it. Thanks for joining the Whatever Podcast. This is going to be on U Choice Radio Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, and we gonna shoot you the links on the social medias.
Well, I wish y'all the best of luck, man.